Hey peeps, we are back. We're talking The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 4, Episode 11. All right now peeps, I'm back and it's taken a while to watch all of the shows and then create the video, so just bear with me. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family and friends and that you didn't eat too much. I ate quite a bit. I had a great time. I went to visit one of my friends in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and the place is gorgeous, and I can't wait to go back there again. All right, so on to the show. Okay, so this episode starts out with Heather getting a call from her daughter, and when she answered the phone, it was a FaceTime call. Her daughter said, "Hi, Mommy." And I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I was transported into an emotional wreck zone, okay? I started thinking about my son and, when he first went off to college, and I started thinking about when he was little, he called me Mommy, then it went to Mom, then for a little bit it was Ma, and I remember being so sad, and then all of a sudden he goes to college, he starts calling me Mama, and I just have a soft spot. When he calls me and he says, "Hi, Mama," my heart just gets so big, it almost explodes. So the whole time that she was on the phone talking to her daughter, I was just thinking about my son and, waiting for the next time I hear him say Mama. Anyway, this is not even about me and my love for my boy, but she was talking to her daughter and telling her how excited she was about Lisa Barlow showing up for her book signing event and how Lisa created a rap for her. And I thought, here she is being a pick-me again. She has got to have one friend that she can stick her head up their ass. It just drives me crazy that Heather does this. This is a grown, independent woman, mother of 3 daughters. It's the daughters for me. You have 3 daughters and you are always demonstrating this pick-me attitude. I don't love it. You own a beautiful home. You are running a multi-million-dollar business. Why do you give a shit how Lisa Barlow feels about you? I hate this. Anyway, for somebody who has spent her entire time on this show talking about leaving the Mormons, how sick of the Mormons she is, this is a cult, all these other things that she is saying about this particular religion, why is she planning a pioneer event? It always circles back to the Mormons. If you are truly done with it and you want to move on with your life, can we see you rebuilding your life, finding, a hobby, finding a man, exploring other churches, spending more time with the 2 kids that you still have at home before they go off to school, maybe getting some therapy, something. I'm sick of this shit. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. So Monica spends a little time with her daughter. Her daughter says, "Mom, weren't you the prom queen one year?" And she says, "Oh, yes." And she said, "Let me show you a picture." Next thing you know, she comes out with, 2 full photo albums. And she's explaining to her daughter, back in the day, we used to have cameras. I remember my first camera my daddy bought me. It was one of those 110. Remember those 110 where you just drop the little cartridge in, and then you have to slide. Anyway, we had cameras, for, you millennials who watch my videos, we had cameras, we had to put the film in the camera, take the photos, then we had to take the camera or just the film, depending on if you had one of those instant cameras, over to the photo mat or your local Walmart or CVS, they used to develop film for you and get it back to you. Anyway, those were the good days. I don't care what anybody says. Those were the good days. At one point, I actually went to our local community college here in town to take some photography classes. I learned how to develop my own photos and everything. I mean, this is really not about me. So anyway, she tells her daughter that when she was younger, when her daddy left, her mama, something is wrong with her mama. Something is truly wrong with her mama. Anyway, when her mama and daddy fell out and the daddy left, her mom got rid of every single photo, anything that could remind them of this man. And I said, you know what, that's real selfish. I know you angry with him, you're pissed off, your heart is broke, but you didn't think at any point your child would want a photo of daddy? Or maybe even just a photo of her and daddy playing outside, something. This is ridiculous. Anyway, she says that she was married to Bree. Bree is her daughter. She was married to Bree's dad, and he went to work one day, and Bree was crawling around on the floor and found a baggie of Oxy. So she grabbed her baby and left, and who can blame her? You know, I may not have left. I may have just grabbed my baby, threw out the Oxy, and then put all his shit out on the front porch. You know, I'm not leaving. You are. Okay, you disrespectful bitch. Anyway, I don't know why I called that man a bitch, but he's a bitch. You don't leave stuff like this around. And what was you doing? You know, you doing the stuff. Anyway, she gives her a full photo album with pictures from the time she was pregnant through her delivery and all the pictures that she has of her dad. And I cried a little. I said, that is really emotional. It really is. And I thought it was special that she held on to that for her daughter, because she knows how it feels not to have that, you know, not to have that. However, she says that she met her current husband, who's divorcing her because she, you know, slept with his brother-in-law for 18 months. And, you know, I'd divorce her too. Anyway, she says that she met him when Bree was 1, and Bree considers him as her father. And of course she does. I mean, at 1 year old, you don't know anybody else. So I'm glad that she at least has a father in her life. Then we move on and we see Angie having a little dinner date with her husband. And honey, listen, I'm tired of them. Okay, you can look at them. There is zero chemistry. They get to the restaurant, they sit down, and they have zero to talk about. They don't even know how to date. They don't know how to talk. You know, she's angry with him because he listens to country music in his car. I said, well, what the hell is wrong with a good old country song? What is wrong with country music? Anyway, she doesn't like it. She said that when they started dating, that's not the kind of music he listened to. He tells her that's a lie. He has always listened to country music. Now, honey, I've told you before, I am country to my heart. Then he tells her that he doesn't like to listen to the Humpty Dance. Okay, that's where you lose me. All right. Digital Underground had it going on. Okay. And I love, you know, this is ridiculous. I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want their chance to do the hump. Okay. You know, a little Humpty Hump. Anyway, I like that song. However, they said that they haven't been together by themselves on a date night for over 2 years. Listen, the first thing and the last thing I said about the two of them is, first of all, you have got to get your 12-year-old out of your bed. Okay. Second of all, I am sick of hearing you talk about your house being nothing but rainbows and unicorns. Okay. This is a no-go. Okay. Your daughter's room can be rainbows and unicorns. Fill that bitch up with rainbows and unicorns, and then tell her that's where she sleeps. Okay. Because if you had an open bed and got rid of all the rainbows and unicorns and stopped dyeing your dog's hair, because I think it might be dangerous for the pet, I'm not really sure, y'all could have the sex. Okay, that'll start something. That should spark a little something, you know, especially if the rumors around town in the Utah streets are not true. Just put it on him. You know, let him put it on you a few nights a week. This is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm moving on. I'm sick of them. So Lisa pulls up to Heather's house, hits this giant boulder in Heather's driveway, tears up the bottom of her damn car. I said, Lord, either that boulder is really oddly placed or you're just a bad driver. I don't know. I don't even think I give a damn. Anyway, Heather is kissing so much ass. She supplies Lisa with all the Wendy's she can eat. I said, now, if you really wanted to steal her heart, that would have been Taco Bell. And you definitely would have had a big gulp. Anyway, she says that she met up with Monica. As soon as she said she met up with Monica, Lord, if you could have seen the look on Lisa's face. If looks could kill, Heather would have dropped dead right there on her nice couch. Anyway, she says that she wants to get the girls together to go on a girls' trip. And she told Monica, you know, about the girls' trip. And Monica let her know that she has a warm place in her heart for Bermuda. So Heather decides that's where we'll go. Monica is super excited. Then Heather tells her, because Heather is trying to get to be Lisa's best friend, she says, you have to apologize to Lisa before we can go. And Monica agrees to it. And I said, wait a minute. Are you agreeing to apologize to Lisa just because you want this free trip? Because there is no way in hell that I think that Monica owes Lisa an apology. No, ma'am. Now, if Lisa wanted to be a grown-up woman and she wanted to sit down and have a real one-on-one conversation with Monica and they both apologize to each other, that is a whole nother thing. But there is no way in Sam hell that I would be apologizing to Lisa Barlow's nasty ass, especially after she made that comment that nobody wants to be my mother. Oh, hell no. No, ma'am. Monica, however, agrees. Lisa then says, well, I don't really need anybody to apologize, trying to act as if she doesn't want this apology, but knows good and damn well she really wants Monica to kiss the ring. Well, that ring is in the toilet, but you know what I mean. Speaking of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, before we move on, I did notice that they have the new seating chart for their reunion, and Monica is in the rightful place. She is in first seat, and Heather is on the other side, which we knew that would happen considering that they had this big falling out. They say that at the reunion, there was a whole big thing where they were trying to say that Beauty Lab and Laser is a fraudulent business and they have fraudulent practices. And all of that was exposed allegedly at the reunion, which made Heather get extremely angry. And, you know, they say she gets madder than we have ever seen before. Also, they say that Lisa has a big meltdown, but she always has a meltdown. Also, we know that Mary M. Cosby shows up for the reunion this time, and she was Team Monica. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if any of that is true. That is all alleged. You know, another thing I was thinking too, when Heather was telling Lisa that Monica was going to apologize to her, why didn't Heather ask Lisa to apologize to Monica? You know what I mean? Lisa has been just as horrible, and Lisa has said things to get Monica going. So why would she not ask Lisa to apologize as well? I thought that was odd. So anyway, Whitney gets together with Angie for drinks. It's just more regurgitated crap about her and her husband. They are not having the sex. I wasn't really interested in their get together or their conversations. The only thing that I learned is that ducks mate for life. That was an interesting tidbit because I didn't know that. Then we go see Meredith and Seth, and they're having this podcast thing again. And, you know, I feel the same way about their podcast that I feel about Married to Medicine Simone and her husband Cecil writing a book. You know, and nobody wants it. Nobody's going to buy it. Luckily, they decided to scrap that book idea, and I think it's because they seen the viewers' feedback. We don't want it. Anyway, it was nice to see that Whitney praised her husband. You know, it was nice to see that she said that she could be there for his parents when his father died because Justin couldn't, and that she didn't mind doing it because Justin has always been there for her, loving her and standing up for her throughout their marriage. And I thought that was beautiful. I really did. I got a little teary-eyed, and you could tell that Justin was really touched by it and got, you know, quite emotional at the same time. So I said, you know what? Sometimes Whitney can be, you know, a grown up, and other times, you know, most times not. But anyway, then we head over to Heather's Pioneer Lunch, which was very interesting. You know, I thought that, you know, the bonnets were ridiculous but cute. They were nicely done. They were nicely crafted in beautiful pastel colors. I said, you know, I'd wear the bonnet and the apron. I don't know where we would be doing this, but if one of my friends all of a sudden decided that we needed to be pioneer women, I would go. Oh my God. I thought that the table setting was gorgeous. Yeah, I love a little rustic beauty. I love a little rustic beauty. It was really nice. Meredith shows up in this crazy outfit, but I don't know why she does that. She always shows up with something that looks ridiculous. And Lisa had on those big shoes. I said, why are you out here for Pioneer Woman's Day or Pioneer Brunch? Pioneer some shit, I don't know. Wearing those big shoes, you're going to fall and break that ankle. This is ridiculous. They all look like Laura Ingalls, but very, very, very chic with their fancy, you know, glasses and everything on. Monica shows up. Now, Lisa already knows that Heather has requested that Monica apologize to her. Monica shows up and she says, hello. Lisa ignores her like a child. That was a moment that you could have said, hello, Monica, and you could have started this shit off civil, but you couldn't do that. Childish. Anyway, we learned how to make butter, I think. I think Heather was wrong because she said all you need is a little heavy cream in a mason jar. Add a little salt if you want a little salt to your butter. But I tried not to put any salt in my butter because, I don't want my pressure to go up. But I did hear that if you add a little salt butter to baked goods, it brings out the sweetness, which I don't know where the hell this came from. Why am I talking about this? Anyway, she says that if you put the heavy cream in the mason jar and shut it up, then you shake it, like a shake weight for 6 minutes. But I think that's a lie because they were shaking the shit out of them jars for quite some time and I didn't see no butter. Meredith didn't want to give up. She said she is not a quitter. She's going to shake, 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 shake. I'm telling you, no ma'am, I saw no butter. And, at first I thought, I'm going to try to make some of this butter. I'm going to get my girls together. Girls, I know you're listening. I said, maybe next weekend I'll get the girls together. We don't have to wear the bonnets or anything. We can just drink wine and, make butter. But I don't think it works. So maybe we'll just get together and drink the wine and talk shit. Anyway, moving on. So they make some kind of dolls. The dolls look ridiculous, but it's the pioneer times. And Monica makes a doll that has a scarlet letter on it. And I said, well, she's creative, And she had a point. Most religions, they do shun you, when you've, slept with your husband's brother-in-law and everything. And you get branded as, a hoe. Anyway, we're supposed to forgive. We're supposed to give second chances. We're supposed to share and spread love. Maybe not as much love as she, shared with her husband's brother-in-law, but you know what I mean. Sometimes people are mean. Anyway, they end up having a little meal. And Heather was describing all the food. They had ribs, they had macaroni and cheese, some kind of, potatoes. And she said, this is pioneer Mormon food. And I said, really? It just kind of seems like American food to me because, most Americans, whether they're Mormons or not, they like a little macaroni and cheese and, ribs. Whatever. Anyway, Heather, I just want everybody to heal. I want everybody to get along. Everything's going to be fine. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, here she goes with this throw somebody off the wagon bullshit. Your wagon is a little bit heavy. Who you throw off? Now, had I been there and she came to me, I would have said, I'm going to throw your ass off the wagon because you didn't have no business bringing this up. Not one business. She sets this whole thing up, in my opinion, and then shit just goes awry.
Well, I'm a big supporter of women, so I would keep everyone but the one that's the nastiest to women. So, Monica, you would have to go. Just because you're mouthy and mean to women.
Oh my God, you're so nasty.
No, I'm not.
You really are.
I'm
nasty.
honest. There's a difference.
That's not honest. There's not a difference. You're just nasty.
You like my voice so much, you like to use it all the time. I love that.
I hate your voice so much, actually. It's really annoying.
I don't think that's your real voice, to be honest, but it makes sense that you liked the fakest one, because fake likes fake. Like, just be quiet.
No, because we weren't done.
No,
we weren't done with
I
that.
was done.
We're not done with that.
Hey,
It is not
guys,
okay.
You are so nasty on the inside. You are so ugly.
I hate liars. There's nothing uglier than a liar.
You don't know.
Monica, bring her down.
Sit down.
No, Monica, and you're being crazy.
Be quiet for a minute.
The hypocrisy is like next level.
Okay, so really, Lisa. So Lisa calls her nasty and ruins this whole situation. You didn't have to call her nasty. You could have just said, in the light of Heather making this question, and Monica and I are having, a bit of a challenge in our relationship right now, I would just say I would throw Monica off the wagon. And then they could have moved on. I'm pretty sure at that point, when it got to Monica's turn, she would have said, ditto, I would throw Lisa off the wagon. And that would have been it. But Lisa wanted to start something. And I don't know why she does. Because every time Lisa tries to pipe up and say something to Monica, Monica always tears her down. Why do you do this? Monica had Lisa gagged over there. It was ridiculous. Monica was chewing Lisa up and spitting her out. This was embarrassing. I don't know why she does this. Monica imitated Lisa's voice. Girl, this is too much. This is too much. Now, this back and forth was also a bit on the childish end. I have to be honest. I don't understand grown people acting like this, especially out in public wearing, bonnets and carrying, this is just ridiculous. But I absolutely got total 100% whiplash. My neck cracked. I think my neck was hurting after I watched this episode and how fast Heather switched up on Monica. Monica made a comment that the hypocrisy is unreal, and Monica was absolutely right. Lisa started this shit thanks to you, Heather, bringing up this dumb question. And then all of a sudden, the ladies at the table, everybody except for Meredith, plus Angie, starts screaming at Monica, calling her crazy and acting like she's an evil person. No, ma'am. Lisa started it, but you guys want to condemn Monica for it. I didn't love it. And Lisa keeps on saying, you called your own mother Ted Bundy. First of all, she didn't call her Ted Bundy. She said people thought Ted Bundy was a nice guy who was friendly and outgoing, just like people think that about her mother. She didn't say her mom was Ted Bundy. And Lisa just keeps bringing it up over and over again. It's stupid. And did you notice when she brought up that Lisa said that comment that nobody wants to be her mom? None of the girls said anything then. They just sat there. Lisa didn't have any defense. She just sat there. Heather is the epitome of a flip-flopper. And then you see in the previews, Heather's like, for next week's episode, she says, Monica's not like us. So I don't understand that. How are you and Angie sitting there saying that she's not like you? Wasn't Lisa and Angie all up in Monica's face at Lisa's event, screaming loud, talking shit? Wasn't Lisa acting a fool at Whitney's event during her quiet sound bath? She's like you. She's just better at telling you to hell off. Heather just switched up on Monica because she wants Lisa to be her friend. And it's disgusting. And she accused Whitney of doing the same thing last season. Then when Heather screams that Monica was attacking Lisa, I said, what? Lisa threw the first verbal punch. Monica just cleaned it up. And Lisa, I don't understand why she thinks that nobody should ever be angry or upset or hurt by their mother. Not everyone's mother is as wonderful as me. I'm just saying. I'm a mess. Anyway, not everybody has a great mom. Not everyone has a wonderful relationship with their mom. And you've got to give those people some grace. But then, when she wanted everybody to get excited to talk about Bermuda and Lisa guessed Bermuda, that wasn't no damn guess. Heather had already told her. She's sitting there acting like she guessing. And then, Monica made some kind of comment that they're going to the Bermuda Triangle hell because that's where they all belong or something. I said, well, damn. And then she said she was dead, like Taylor Swift said or something. And I'm not a Swiftie. I don't know anything about it. But how did Taylor Swift get into this? This was odd for me. I do know a couple songs by Taylor Swift, but I don't know this one. Anyway, I thought this episode was crazy as hell, but very interesting. It was boring until they got down to the Pioneer Place. They did look cute in them bonnets, but this was too much. It really was. And Meredith must have been disengaged marks because she wasn't doing or saying shit. She was staying quiet, looking around like, I don't want any parts. And did you notice that Mary M. Cosby was not down there wearing a bonnet? Maybe Heather finally got the hint. She still thinks that you're inbred looking and she doesn't like you. She's rude and she's not your friend. Maybe she finally got it. Just leave Mary at home with her syrup sipping son. I'm just saying. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.